it's like you don't need a Clarisonic, because the best thing that you have, if you really want to work something into your skin, are these two bad boys. Hi, I'm Dr. Somji.
And I'm Dr. Solomon.
We're going to talk about things that you shouldn't do to your skin.
Absolutely. And we're going to talk about trendy skincare products and devices that you should not put on or near your skin.
So here we go.
Okay, so the first device, the Clarisonic face brush. Tell me about it. Have you used it?
No, I've never used it, but I had a lot of friends of mine that when it first came out, everyone was using it. Like, people are loving it. Like, my skin feels so clean.
Yeah, and you can actually order it online,
You can order it online, and I'm like, I get some patients coming in, and they say, my skin feels so clean, and my skin's never looked so good. And you're just kind of thinking, well, I think that this is an initial high, and then you start damaging your skin, because basically these patients or these people that used to just started getting the Clarisonic probably didn't clean their skin well enough, and suddenly they're sticking to a routine. So you see some benefits initially, but it's a brush that basically rotates, and it's like a physical exfoliant. So I'm not a fan of physical exfoliants, as you know. Like, chemical exfoliants are much better, much more controlled, and when you may hold on one area for longer, you're going to be damaging that skin barrier. And you know, all of our videos talk about the skin barrier, or most of them anyway. So it can actually cause more problems with like further acne, dryness, dehydrated skin in the future, and it's probably not a good idea.
So recommendation, don't use it.
Yeah, it's unhygienic as well. How can you sterilize it? There's some kind of like celebrity skincare people that use their routine and they use the Clarisonic, and you wonder whether they sterilize it, so it harbors bacteria.
Yeah.
I mean, in the clinic we do some exfoliating stuff, right? So we do chemical peels, which are chemical exfoliants, but then we have things like the hydrofacial, but that's controlled. So, and it's all sterile, single-use stuff.
Yes.
So we're not introducing any bacteria into compromised skin. So not a good thing, guys.
So the second product is the at-home high-frequency acne treatment. Now, this is something I heard of only a few months ago.
Yeah, you saw it on TikTok.
I did, yeah. So tell us about it.
So you see this guy on TikTok, he actually burnt his skin from using the high-frequency treatment. They're made in unregulated environments, so it's what we call like beauty devices, and then people are using it on their face, and you can actually get some burns from it. It's never going to be at such a high power to be so accurate, and to also reduce sebaceous gland activity. So like some of the lasers we use, specifically the erbium glass laser in clinic, that selectively targets sebaceous glands, reduces activity, and also kills the bacteria. But with this you can get surges, especially if it's high frequency, and that can be a problem. So it's really unsafe, and it can also give you burns too, so it's not a good idea.
Avoid. So the third device, Jade rollers. I know it's a topic I hear you talk a lot about. In fact, we were talking about it earlier today. Tell us about your experience with Jade rollers and your opinion on Jade rollers.
Well, not a day goes by when I don't get a message from some sort of beauty manufacturer saying, we want to do a Dr. Somji Skin or Dr. Medispa Jade roller. And I said, look, there's a reason why God gave you hands. And that's to wash your face and put skincare products on it. Okay, so you know, it's like you don't need a Clarisonic. Like even a Foreo, right? It's a great silicone structure. It doesn't damage the skin. But hey, like I've got them, and they just hang about in my bathroom, and they don't do anything, because the best thing that you have, if you really want to work something into your skin, are these two bad boys.
So my experience with Jade rollers is I find that they are actually quite good for the lymphatic drainage of the skin, and you know, the principle behind them is correct. However, I think with the sterility issues you might experience with them, given everything else you've said, I would not advise using them either.
Yeah, like I mean, I would say though, like, you know, I did the face fit, so like the face yoga, you remember that?
I remember that, yes, true.
One of the things is that you have to use something that glides over the skin. So when you're using your hand, sometimes it doesn't glide so much. With Jade rollers, you can really get in there. So if you're practicing like face yoga and things like that, it can be a useful tool. But you have to remember that it has to be sterile, otherwise you're going to cause problems.
Yep. So facial toners. Tell me about facial toners, why you're not a fan.
Well, I think that it's just a marketing ploy, right? It's a marketing ploy to get you to buy one more product. I mean, we've seen this throughout civilization, okay? Just remember, the whole science behind it is that it restores your natural pH. But now, a good cleanser will restore your pH and also cleanse all that sort of dirt and debris from the skin. So there's no need now for a toner. If you feel like you need it, or you work in an environment where there's a lot of dirt and you may need that extra cleanse after cleansing, then yeah, you might want to entertain a toner, but then you can double cleanse now. So I think a good quality cleanser will not have any qualms about restoring your pH balance. It's going to do that for you.
I agree with that. I think the more you complicate your skincare routine, the less likely you're going to adhere to it, and you will then miss out certain products. And
I mean, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's it.
No matter who you are, you do not need a 100-step beauty routine. Okay, we've seen some celebs do that, right?
Absolutely.
But if you just be able to use 3 or 4 products morning and evening, that's just golden. So you don't need to complicate the process.
Yeah. At-home LED masks.
I love these. They're cool. They're cool.
They are something that I think every member of my family has one or has had one. You may have tried some at home.
Oh, I've got given so many.
So many, and we have patients asking us all the time, can they do this at home?
Well, let's just say this. Look, there is evidence that it can work for a number of different conditions, specifically acne. But the studies that show it are higher powered LEDs, and you need exposure sometimes on a daily basis to see benefits, particularly with the blue lights. So you have to be really dedicated when you're using it. Of course, you need a good skincare, and of course, the mask itself has to be sterile, so you have to cleanse it. So it takes a great degree of patience to get benefits from it. Just note that the study did show that there was some benefit, but it wasn't a major benefit. So it's not going to be the only thing like a magic cure for your skin. You've touched on it in different countries with different suppliers. Sometimes the LEDs are not actually LEDs, and they're not actually releasing anything that's great for the skin.
Not all LEDs are made equal, and critical to treatment, potentially dangerous.
Yeah, so and potentially dangerous, absolutely. You can heat the outer surface of the skin, you can dehydrate that, and that can cause all sorts of problems for your skin biome. So there are those 5 things that we say that you shouldn't do with your skin, or be a little bit careful about, because you know what, you can waste your time over these things, particularly with the LED mask. It's like hundreds of pounds for a really good one. You'd rather invest that in good quality products that can actually make a real change in your skin, and also require less maintenance as well. I mean, I can barely charge my phone every day, let alone put a kind of mask on every day as well. So it has to fit in with your lifestyle. Also, if you're buying any of these things, always good to check the CE mark on any electronic device to make sure that it's safe, and also look for studies that it's not only safe but also works too, and that's really important. And it all goes back down to the whole point why we actually made this channel, is for us medical professionals to give you advice. So if you have anything that you're really unsure about, device related or any new skincare stuff, just ask us in the comments below and we'd be more than happy to help.
So don't experiment with harsh treatments at home. That's what we advise. Remember, your skin is the largest and the only visible organ in the body, so take good care of it.